Southeast, we've got a great matchup tonight. 12-1 Bolles, coached by Tom West, and Lucy Beckham from South Carolina, coached by Parker Farragut. Chris Milo and Ray Carnicelli here. Chris, what an exciting day for lacrosse. Beautiful weather. It's a little steamy out there, but we know these teams are ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely, Ray. I think it's going to be a great night of lacrosse. The game right now at 6 o'clock. We have a game later at 8 o'clock, Ponte Vedra against Winter Park. But I think this is going to be probably one of the best games that we've seen.
Spencer Surface, a player to watch, number 4 in blue. He is so dynamic. We've enjoyed watching him throughout the years. The other night, he had 7 goals in the game. An amazing player. He's so dynamic. He's a leader. Just hustles all the time. And for Lucy Beckham, keep an eye on number 9, Ryan McCarthy. What did he show you last night, Chris?
Just a sniper from anywhere on the field. Very accurate shooting, getting to open space on the field to the middle of the field, and just a dynamic player.
Both McCarthy for Lucy Beckham and Surface for Bolles, you could just tell they're leaders on the field. Now here's the starting lineup brought to you by Bonos. Number 5, Gavin Boree at attack. Number 66, Dalen John Hill. Then at Parker Kane, number 23, that lefty attackman, Spencer Surface. Number 2, Caleb Coleman. Number 9, Jacob Campen. 33, Kevin Wolf on defense, joined by Tanner Hogan. And LSM, the long stick midi, Bryce Hogan. And the big man, number 88, covering the goal, Garrett Jobe. And for Lucy Beckham, Grant Bushy, Griffin Berry, Austin Costable at attack, Flynn Wilson and Ryan McCarthy at midfield. The LSMs, Connor Coombs, Baker Hollinsworth, also at LSM, the long stick midi. Close defense, Grant Gallo and Bryce Rothwell. And Ryan Weiss, what an opportunity. We got to see him in action last night. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Bono's Real Pit Barbecue. So, Chris, it's really exciting watching these teams, having seen them play in action, even though it's early in the season for Lucy Beckham. Bolles already has 12 games under their belt.
Yeah, I think Bolles has done a great job. Their offense is humming right now. They score a lot of goals. I expect to see them to push the tempo in this game. For the Lucy Beckham side, I'm looking for Ryan Weiss in goal to see if they can stop him.
We want to thank all of our partners who've made tonight's event possible. Covenant Roofing and Construction, Future Home Loans, X10 Lacrosse, Florida Power and Light, Covius, Tiki Bikes, 904 Expo Realty, WJXT Channel 4 and CW17, Gemstone Media, 1010XL, FSCJ, Bono's Barbecue, Fortigra, Land South Construction, the CSI Companies, Baker Sports, Duval Motors, the YMCA. Chris, you doing the YMCA over there? I see you. Alive Credit Union, the IT Ninjas, U.S. Assure, and High School 912. The referees are ready to give the teams their instructions. So in lacrosse, little formality before every game. The referees just go over little advice. What are they saying out there, Chris?
Most of the time when I was a referee, we would talk about trying to keep the game clean, make sure you keep your checks below the head, below the neck, and above the waist, and just make sure that everybody understands what we're out here for is to have fun. And that's what the most important thing is, have fun, play a good game, and let's get out there.
So the teams typically line up 5 yards across, which is an important number. On a restart, the referee wants you to give the man with the ball on the whistle 5 yards. So that's the distance you see right now. And the referees like to remind the players of that. And once the instructions are done, the goalies will cross and we'll be ready to face it off here at Rivalry on the River, brought to you by Covenant Roofing and Construction. Once again, I'm Ray Carnicelli, joined by my partner, Chris Milo. Later on in the evening, we'll have Ponte Vedra versus Winter Park. Jacksonville is the lacrosse capital of the South, and tonight, all eyes are on the Bolles School. There's the big man, Garrett Jobe, stretching it as he jogs into his circle. Down at the other end, Ryan Weiss. two very different styles of goalkeeper. Weiss is a little slender shape and size. Back when I was playing goalie in high school, I was about his size, maybe a little shorter even. And then at the other end, you've got Garrett Jove, but for a big man, he's pretty nimble.
Yeah, both goalies have great fundamentals. Like you said, a little bit different in style, maybe a little different arc, but I think they're going to be huge today.
Rivalry right off the face-off, wins it cleanly, passes it to brother Gavin. Back up top to Spencer Surface. Working it around, John Allen Ginder. Over to Jadon Hill. Ginder having a catch with Caleb Coleman. So Ginder, who's on the wing for the face-off, will run off. Onto the field comes Jacob Campen. There's Surface, early tester shot and a score! That first quick step by Spencer Surface, drops his stick low to low, finds the back of the net.
That was a great job of Spencer Surface, just getting into the middle of the field. You know, beating his man one-on-one. I'm not sure why Lucy Beckham didn't slide to him. He's one of the guys that we have to look for on defense. And here you'll see, just right in the middle of the field, gets past his man, drops his stick, but a great offside stick on the goalie. There was no chance of him saving that one.
So in basketball, they call it a crossover dribble. In lacrosse, it's a split dodge. Starting down that left alley with the stick in his left hand, splits it back to his right hand, evades the check, the strong finish, and Bolles is going to make it, take it. That happens a lot with the sophomore Greer Boree at the face-off spot. There's Caleb Coleman. Back across to Campen. They get a lot of possession thanks to Greer Boree. Here comes Caleb Coleman. Low angle shot rings the crossbar. The ball will stay in bounds. Well, even if it doesn't, it's going to be Bolles' ball because in lacrosse, on a shot, who's ever closest to it when it goes out retains possession. And that time it was Bolles. Chris, we had a good look at that shot. He didn't have a lot of room, but that pass was deflected. Boy, he got it on target. When he was winding up to take the shot, I wasn't sure if it was a good angle or not, but he found a way to get it on cage.
Yeah, just a great job getting his hands free and getting it towards the cage.
Jacob Campen setting up that one-on-one dodge. Quick move, shot saved by Weiss. Rebound, loose ball. Well done by Weiss to control the rebound. Looking up on the quick outlet pass. Gets it up to the midfield line. Luke Barrett, double teamed. He's trapped in front of the bench. Does a nice job of evading that double team. Now the timeout is going to be called. So up speed tempo, not a lot of possession for Lucy Beckham here early. They want to call a timeout and settle the boys down.
I think that was a good timeout. A lot of defense being played by Lucy Beckham, so get the ball on offense, call timeout, get your guys a little bit of a rest, put your starters out on the field, and let's run their offense.
One of the keys to tonight's game is the fact that Lucy Beckham played late into the night last night. It's hot in Florida. It's hot in South Carolina typically, but this is steamy on this turf field right now. It's as humid as that it gets in March.
Yeah, I was on the turf earlier today around noon down in Creekside, and it was pretty hot now then, and it's even hotter now on this turf at Bolles.
So this up-tempo pace favors Bolles, being that they had a little easier week than Lucy Beckham did, but they were impressive against Ponte Vedra last night. It was a 12-10 win for Lucy Beckham. Here comes the restart following that timeout. There's the head coach of the Bolles Bulldogs, Tom West, in his second year at Bolles. Came over from Ponte Vedra where he had a successful state championship run with the Sharks. He started that program. And we'll see the Sharks later on coached by Chris Polanski. There's Constable. Heavy checks being thrown, rained down by Tanner Hogan. Lucy Beckham controls. Nice little split back to his left. Loses his footing. Surface catches him. Trying to get around the goal line extended. And Surface takes it away, and this is what he does. Runs the floor. Just the way he shields it. Bulldodge, that's a push from behind. They're going to let it go. But Surface, nothing stops him. Oh, 15-yard shot saved by Weiss. That was a little aggressive.
Yeah, great job on defense and then getting the ball back and going off to the offensive side. I think probably should have slowed it down and passed it to his teammates.
There's Constable controlling once again. There's McCarthy, dangerous. They've got the short stick on him. That's J.D. Matson. McCarthy with a little stutter step down the left alley. Working back behind the Bushy. All the way around the formation. Connor Simmons. Little jab check. He gets to the front. Left-handed shot. And it gets by Job. That's a goal. Goal for Lucy Beckham. That's number 15. Connor Simmons.
Great job winning the one-on-one matchup against the Bolles player. Getting to the middle of the field again, Ray. We talk about it all the time. Get to the middle of the field. It increases your shooting angle, and we're going to see it right here. Good job.
Another little split move. He ran with the ball, stick in his right hand. He got to the goal line extended, went back to his left hand, stick to the middle, improves his angle. Bolles was a little late to slide. So that's something we'll keep an eye on. And here's a quick face-off win straight up the middle. It's a 4-on-3 if they hurry. Direct shot wide. It's going to be a race to the end line. And Grant Bushy's there to get it, but very dangerous. Got a good look from the spot. Bushy with the quick restart. Over to Constable. Back to Bushy. Those of you new to lacrosse, the way you play defense is just like you do in basketball. You play your man, but you're ready to help. We call it sliding. If a man gets beat, you'll see a slide. There it is. Ball is loose in front. It's dangerous. Job clamps it, rakes it. Now he's going to look straight upfield. So good defensive stand for the Bulldogs. John Allen Ginder. This time they slow it down, pump the brakes. And we've got stoppage in play. Was it too many men, Chris, or offsides?
The referee called offsides.
Okay, so you can only hit. You have to have 3 guys on your defensive end and 4 guys in your offensive end. And Bolles might have had 2, only 2 back. Somebody stepped over the midfield line. So a break for Lucy Beckham. Hagberg. Some new guys out there. There's Grant Bushy once again, calling his name a lot, quarterbacking the offense. He's going to take a run at Kellen Padgett from behind the goal. There's that pick. Bolles has to communicate those picks. Just like in basketball, trying to get to the front of the cage to a good shooting area. Here's Hagberg. He's got a right-handed shot and a score. Sneaks it under Job's stick from 15 yards out, Chris. That's one you want your goalie to save.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect shot for Bolles. That's exactly what the defense wanted them to do. Like you said, Garrett Job probably wants that one back. But great job by Lucy Beckham, again, getting to the middle of the field, increasing your angle, getting into a good shooting space. We see perfect little jab step to the left, step around your defender to the right, and just a great placement on the shot. We saw this last night from Lucy Beckham. They shoot really well, and they're very accurate, and they put the ball where the goalie has a tough time saving it.
We always tell the goalies, and back in the day when I was in the goal, they would tell you, attack the ball, play the ball, don't let the ball play you. And that time, Job sat back waiting for the bounce instead of attacking it. And there's another chance for Lucy Beckham. They've got some fire. So if I were down there talking to Garrett Job, I'd say, get those feet moving, go get the ball before it bounces. Just like a shortstop in baseball, you want to go get it and don't let it play you. So Lucy Beckham's been impressive. Bolles, it was all Bolles early. Now they're winning some face-offs and slowing the game down a little bit, playing a pace that they're more comfortable with. Attacking one-on-one on Campen. Back to the near side. That's Johnson. Over to Bushy. Bushy with a nice little spin move. Likes that right hand. You can tell already. There's time, space, shot wide. We're fortunate to have the football lines here because inside of the lines is the danger zone, or the hash marks. He was just outside of the hash marks, which means it's not a great angle. Inside the hash marks, I'd like to see him get a little higher to the middle. So from the goal line in the hash marks, that's the danger zone, especially inside of 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, great job by Lucy Beckham running their offense. Very slow, very methodical, but they get to their spots and they do what they're supposed to do.
There's a feed to the backside. The check comes in. Job makes the save. Rebound is loose. It's a battle. These are where games are won and lost. This time it's Bolles with the initial pickup, but it's checked away. Got a whistle. See if somebody might have called a timeout on the possession or a push. You make the call, Chris.
They call the push. It's Bolles' ball.
So if it's a loose ball, it's just a change in possession. No time served. There's a dangerous, very dangerous Dalen John Hill, number 66, the Jacksonville University commit. He's so crafty. Saw a little stick fake there. Just because it looks like he's throwing it doesn't always mean he's throwing it, so keep an eye on him. Here comes Surface. Shot scored to the near side on the right-handed goalie. So dangerous. That's about 7 yards. If you've never played lacrosse, it is so difficult to direct that shot on target at full speed.
Yeah, we can see Spencer Surface, again, winning his one-on-one matchup. Lucy Beckham's going to have to slide to him early. He's going to run past most of these players out here. Sticks it in that top left corner. Again, tough time for the goalie to get to a shot like that.
I don't care who the goalie is. 95% of the time that's going in, maybe even higher. That was so well placed to the near side. But
Ray, you would have saved that.
Only if it hit me in the head. There's Boree. Dalen John Hill. Oh, and that time Weiss eats it up. Boy, he's so quick. One of the great things about lacrosse is the players come in all shapes and sizes, big guys, little guys. They can all succeed, and you're seeing that right here, a good mixture. Lucy Beckham leads it's tied 2-2 with 4:50 to go. Rivalry on the River brought to you by Covenant Roofing and Construction. Great start to the game here today. A lot of action. Just feeling each other out. Two different tempos here. 15 to the right hand. Shot saved by Job. The ball is loose. Recovered. Here comes Bushy. Looking for those off-ball cutters. Nice little sweep to the right. A little bit of a screen. Fights through it. Well defended. Constable is going to have a run at Tanner Hogan. Left-handed cradle. Back to his right hand. He slips. Controls possession until Hogan takes it away. Looking for an outlet. Loops a pass. Oh, did he keep his feet in? He did. Saved it. That's a good place to save it to. They stayed on sides right there. And nice job by Lucy Beckham. So Job's just got to be a little more particular with the ball. Excuse me, Hogan that was. There's McCarthy. There's a left-handed shot. Did it go in? It went in. Job had a look at it, got a piece of it. But you had talked earlier, Chris, about how accurate Ryan McCarthy is.
Yes, just a great player. Right-handed, left-handed. Again, getting to the middle of the field, exactly where he wants to be. And he's going to just eat up the goalie if he's getting to that spot that he wants to.
So Ryan McCarthy with a left-handed stinger from about 13 yards out. Good little battle here at the face-off spot. Nobody's dominating. And this time it's a quick face-off win forward for Lucy Beckham. Hits the point man, shot wide. Austin Costable had a good look at it. Quick restart. Rifles it towards San Jose Boulevard. Oh, it's in the road. It's over the Chevy pickup truck, and it's headed down the highway. Oh, one car hit two cars. Let's get that on cage, young man. Austin Constable. Down the right alley. Loses the dodge. Job makes the save. The rebound is loose. Initial looked like Bolles was going to get it, but here's Lucy Beckham. Now they're putting their foot on the gas a little bit. A lot more aggressive on offense. Looking for that feed to the backside. Oh, he had a man for momentarily. Skips it up top. Hankin. Hankin controls. Number eight. That's Kellen Padgett with the takeaway check. Bryce Hogan comes up with it this time. Bulls does a good job on the clear when they're middies. The short sticks come back. They struggle when it's just the goalie and the defensive players. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. How long do they have to get it across, Chris?
20 seconds to get it across the midfield line.
And the check on the ride from Lucy Beckham turns it over. That's one area where the other night when I watched Bulls play, they did a really good job of getting their short sticks and their middies to come back and help in the clear. That time the middies all ran towards the midfield line and substitution area, and Bulls struggled. We've got a break in the action.
And there's a timeout on the field. 2:07. Whether it's residential, commercial, repairs, or new roofing.
3-2 is our score with 2:07 to go in the game. Chris, any surprises so far?
Nothing really. I think Bulls, they're getting slowed up a little bit. Their 2 goals are from Spencer Surface. I think they need some of their other players to start pushing the tempo a little bit, getting involved a little bit more. Lucy Beckham, I think, is doing a great job of controlling the ball, pushing tempo a little bit when they want to. So Bolles is not going to dictate to them when they go to the goal or when they don't go to the goal. And again, I think most of this comes down to one-on-one matchups. We're seeing a lot of guys beating their man and then scoring goals. So I think defense is going to have to figure out either slide early or do some type of rotation to figure it out.
Garrett Jobe seemed a little flustered there early. A couple of them he made contact with, and it snuck by him. I would tell him to focus and let's try to catch these balls instead of just blocking them, because a lot of second-chance offensive opportunities for Lucy Beckham. There's Parker Farragon, the head coach of Lucy Beckham. This team, they play with a lot of intensity.
Yes, extremely intense. Especially, I'm surprised they're playing as intense as they are after the game that they had last night. But, this is what they signed up for, and they're doing a great job of handling the heat, the pressure, everything that's going on.
So ready for the restart. Timely timeout. Bulls had possession. They were struggling a little bit to get it across. They called the timeout, and there's Coach Tom West. Good call. Every possession matters. You can't take them home with you. Chris, how many timeouts do you get?
2 per half.
2 per half. Okay, so towards the end of the half, you'll see coaches use them to just save a possession if you can, if danger is coming. And here comes Caleb Coleman. He's dangerous. Down the right alley, winding up. Shot saved by Weiss. Weiss is doing a really nice job of catching it, as I mentioned. He's not giving up the rebound and quick outlet, looking for early offense the other way, but Surface is riding him hard. And he checks it away. That's a caused turnover by Spencer Surface. Jobe controls it. I want to get those short sticks down to help the defenders. There you go. And if you notice, they're shutting off the shorties right now. Number 2, Bushy, went right to
Spencer Surface.
Yep. And shut him off, and the defense didn't have an outlet. Austin Costabile trying to get to the top side. Check came. Hogan with the takeaway. Here they go. Now they're bringing 2 short sticks down. You had Surface and Binns both come down to help. They clear it every time when they get it to the short sticks, just about.
Yeah, they have to. They need possessions right now.
Might want to cover Surface. Left-hand trail check came in. Perfectly timed check. Surface was in a dangerous spot. Well timed. There's Borey. That's Gavin Borey. Skips it back up to Caleb Coleman. He can score it left-handed. He can score it right-handed. He's not afraid to shoot. No one would call him bashful. There's a shot just off the mark. Borey's there to back it up. Looking to restart. He's got Caleb Coleman to his left. 2 short sticks behind. There's the sometime attackman, Caleb Coleman. He's got the short matchup. Tries to bounce it up front. Ball was deflected by the defender. Dalen John Hill has been quiet so far today. Caleb Coleman saved by Weiss. He's starting to stack up the saves. Rebound is controlled. It's a battle at the midfield line. It's a loose ball. Oh, what a great ground ball. Brooks Leland. And now here he's going to take a shot on the cage. And nice job by Garrett Job to close him down. Oh, great outlet pass. And we are at the end of the first quarter of play. Our score is Lucy Beckham 3, the Bulldogs 2. Now we have a special guest joining me, Joyce Englander with Land South Constructions. Thanks for being here, Joyce.
You're welcome.
Tell me a little bit about Land South Construction and your relationship.
Time for quarter number 2 here in Rivalry on the River, presented by Covenant Roofing. We want to thank our Rivalry on the River partners, Covenant Roofing, Future Home Loans.
They typically have an idea or a concept of what kind of project they're going to build. And I think as long as we're involved at the very beginning and we bring realistic budgets and realistic processes that they enjoy, that we can actually build it versus just talking about it. And, we do it as a team.
There's 100% transparency. There's a common goal that we're all working towards.
FSCJ is here for my future.
My inspiration.
My next chapter.
My American dream.
My passion and creativity.
For my first step.
Whether it is your first year in college or you are looking to start a new career, FSCJ is here for you.
Back to the action here at the Bolles School. Our score is Lucy Beckham 3, Bolles 2. Lucy Beckham with possession to start quarter number 2. Throwing the ball up top is Simmons. Runs into a double team. Loose ball. So that's going to be a loose ball push. You can push them from the front when you're fighting for the ball, but the back a little bit into the side, they're going to call that one. It's just a change in possession because the ball was loose on the ground. If he would have had the ball in his stick and gets pushed from behind, then it's a time-serving penalty. So just a new possession. The shot by McCarthy, saved by Joe. Dangerous rebound, controlled by Joe. Our score is 3-2. Lucy Beckham on top. Referee sorting out this penalty. Chris, did you see anything on that play?
Ray, I'm not sure what the first penalty was. The second penalty looked like it was a little bit of a cheap shot after the whistle had blown.
And that was a great opportunity for McCarthy, saved by Job, and corralled that rebound.
Yeah, great, absolute great job by Job to get that rebound.
So extra man opportunity for Lucy Beckham. See how quickly they get into this. Setting up in a 3-3 right now. No rotation. Just going to try to find the open man and stretch the defense out. And Bolles is packed in, just creeping out to the ball at 11 yards. So we'll see if Lucy Beckham tests him from that distance. Now they're starting a little rotation, having players cut and replace, try to find a gap in that zone defense. There's that step down tester. It's deflected in front. Penalty has released, so the teams are at even strength, but it's still dangerous when you're trying to find the right guy to cover. Got number 9's open, and that's not the guy you want to leave open. He was calling for it. There's a shot, score! Boy, they got to him, but just a little too late. They must not have listened to our keys to the game right now, because McCarthy is a guy that you want to cover, and they lost him.
Yeah, right. The second penalty hadn't released yet, so it's 6 on 5. And again, that's
He was there with his stick in his left hand calling for the ball. He sensed it. Shooters want to shoot, and you got to feed them. And McCarthy gives Lucy Beckham a 4-2 lead. Flynn Wilson in white versus Greer Boree in blue. Nice job tying it up. Ball is straight up into the air. Boree's got a beat on it, but so does Wilson. And Wilson comes up with it. He's usually quick to dish it off and then run off the field. Runs out of trouble, dishes it off. Job well done on the face-off. So here comes McCarthy. Runs by surface, draws, dumps. There's that second pass. There's a shot just wide. So now you see Bolles sliding to the ball a little sooner, which is going to leave that second pass open. Look for Lucy Beckham to get those hockey assists. It's not the guy who catches it, it's the next guy. Well defended from the short stick midi for Bolles. That's J.D. Madsen playing some good zone. McCarthy once again. One more pass. Oh, inside move, shot, score! And a foul. So make it, take it, and get the ball back. That was Austin Constable on the goal. So Chris, what do you think about this little slippery move to the middle?
Yeah, it's a great job. Look, little fake pull back. Get to the middle. Getting into shooting space, one-on-one with the goalie, and just putting it into the right spot.
Austin Constable, what a great shot. So they're changing out the face-off. Was there a penalty on that one, Chris?
There was an after the shot penalties. It was a dead ball foul.
1 minute?
1 minute.
So you make the goal, you got a 3-goal lead, and guess what? Now you have a power play. We call it man up in lacrosse, extra man. A lot of different ways to say. There's 6 of us and 5 of them. So here comes Lucy Beckham. There's McCarthy. Keep an eye on number 9. You want to go early to him. Nice little rotation, and the Bolles defense is doing a good job of staying in their zones. Now he's putting the pressure on, creating a loose ball. They're going to say he pushed him. I don't know, but we'll guess the referees know best in this case. Here comes McCarthy looking for the quick restart. He's going to bounce it back up top, back to McCarthy, back to Bushy. There's a feed to the crease, and it's going to go out of bounds, so they got a little aggressive there.
A little too aggressive, I think, on that one. They probably should have worked it around the outside. Get to their shooters, number 9, obviously, and number 8.
What a great start for Lucy Beckham. They've won some face-offs. They've had some possession, and now here's a chance for Bolles to battle back and try to chip away at this lead. That's Patrick Mulvey over to Spencer Surface. Now they're going to be a little deliberate, let the substitutes come on, get your line mates in position. And now they're bringing Dalen John Hill out of the midfield, but recognized by Lucy Beckham, and they bring that long pole defensive expert out to cover dangerous number 66 with the ball. He's not a dodger. He's a great passer, great finisher, but you're not going to see him try to run by anybody. Here comes Coleman. Right-handed cradle, tries to do a little bull dodge where he leans into the defender. Back to Dalen John Hill. protects, draws the double, surface. One more. There's Boree. Skip pass to the far side. Spencer surface. Time space save by Weiss. Boy, the goalie is coming up big time.
And that's what we saw last night for Ryan Weiss. He did a great job of making that save.
This is just sheer focus. He reacted. It didn't just hit him. He got his hands in the way. Beautiful camera shot there and beautiful save by Weiss. And here comes Lucy Beckham the other way. 4-on-3 shot. Score! Goal once again by Austin Constable. Wow. Austin Constable has some time and space. So dangerous. Looks like back out there for the face-off.
Yeah, look at that replay. Inside the hash, like you said before, that's where you want to get to. About 10 yards away from the goal. Just a powerful shot, getting it past the goalie, Garrett Jobe.
So right now, back out for the face-off, it's Boree and Wilson. The rake is initially won by Wilson. And here comes Bolles back on offense. Haven't heard a lot from this offense. That's Ethan Binns controlling it. And here comes Spencer Surface.
Yeah, Bolles is doing a very good job slowing it down a little bit. Again, being very patient, giving their defense a little bit of a rest. They've been on defense for a long time.
They're trailing 4-2. Here comes Binns. Out of the box is Coleman. That's a good spot for Coleman. Shot and a save by Weiss. What amazing reaction time. And he's not just blocking it. He's catching it and looking upfield. And here comes Lucy Beckham into the offensive end, looking for the odd man rush. Boy, Weiss is a weapon.
When he gets hot, it's very hard to get the ball past him. So Bolles has to figure out what they're going to do to change up their shooting to get some goals.
Let me ask you a question. These saves look like there's a lot of high ones going on right now. Does he have to go down and get one at his feet yet?
One earlier in the game, but that's it. So I think Coach Rambo, Coach Mann are going to talk to their shooters and tell them that they need to start shooting lower.
Yeah, he's been lethal up top.
On the goal, should be the guys got the ball.
15. Back on offense come Lucy Beckham. They like attacking these short sticks on the invert. Binns is pretty tough back there, playing good defense. There's a shot just wide, and it's going to be backed up by Bushy. McCarthy, covered by Wolf. Wolf gets through the pick. McCarthy, the stick came right in the check, put the ball on the ground. Hogan comes up with it, does a nice job of finding the shorty surface. He's pushing it. They've got a 4-on-3 break if they hurry. Binns, good spacing, very deliberate, early pass, skip across, Jadon Hill, save down low. So much for that theory. Ryan Weiss went down and timed that save perfectly.
I would say my only complaint for that shot from Dalen John Hill is when you drop your hands, the goalie's going to say, hey, he's going to shoot low. So maybe an overhand shot, or if you do drop your hands low, shoot it high.
All right, changing planes, but Weiss has been up to the task here with 4:44 to go. And their surface on the give, go to Coleman. One more, Dalen John Hill, fake shot, score! Dalen John Hill catches the pass, so poised, fake high, go low. Chris Milo said change planes, and so did probably Coach Rambo and Coach Mann and Coach West and Dalen John Hill with just a beautiful finish.
Yeah, as you see, when he catches the ball, he's not really worried about the defender too much. He protects his stick very well. Good fake high to get the goalie to jump up a little bit, drop your hands, go around the goalie. Great job by Dalen John Hill.
There's a face-off win, a little bit of a high check, and that's going to be a penalty, probably more than a minute. So on hits to the head, the referees have some discretion. It can be 1 minute, it can be 2 minutes, it can be 3 minutes, or it can be locked in. Chris, would you care to guess?
I'm going to say 2 minutes locked.
So locked means if the team scores a goal, the penalty, which normally would release, does not release. So the referees are discussing. It's no doubt it's going to be some type of illegal body check. The question is how long and how severe. Illegal body check.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute locked in.
1 minute.
Okay.
I guess 2, but that was close.
You got the locked in part right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, high school referees in the state of Florida are going to be very cautious when hits, like I said, start going to the head. Pretty much every time it's going to be locked in.
So there in the penalty box is Jacob Campen, and another extra man opportunity for Lucy Beckham. Time, space, shot, save. Job made the save, got his leg in the way, and controls the rebound. Nice job evading traffic. Look for a timeout here, possibly, if they have one left, and there it is. Get it across the midfield line, call the timeout, save a possession. But that was some nice work by Patrick Mulvey.
Yes, very good job getting it up the field, running through a double team.
So with a break in the action, 6-3 is our score. There's so many great sponsors who've made today's broadcast possible. Florida Power and Light, thank you. And our title sponsor, Covenant Roofing and Construction. Future Home Loans. And Duval Motor Company since 1916. There's Coach Tom West talking to the troops. My guess is he's saying, you guys are doing okay. We need to value our possessions a little bit more. Let me read his lips here. Make the most of your shots. This goalie's really good, but if you keep shooting, you're going to find a way to get through. Close? You think I was close?
I would say close, but that's probably what he's saying. Again, you don't want to shoot the goalie hot. And by what that means is don't shoot it right into his stick. Make the goalie make hard saves. Because if you keep on shooting into his stick or giving him easy saves, it's going to be really hard to get back into this game. They're down 6-3.
And Bolles can score in bunches. We know that for sure. They've got so much talent out there. We've seen Surface starting the game so hot. Caleb Coleman, who's headed to Vermont. And you can see the guys in the Lucy Beckham huddle coming off that hard-fought 2-goal win at Ponte Vedra last night, playing in the hot sun. You can see the intensity right there. Coach Farragon and the boys, they have been doing a phenomenal job in coming to Florida on a mission.
Yeah, and just a great job of controlling the tempo of this game. Again, playing their game, slowing it down when they want to slow it down, pushing the tempo when they want to push. Ryan Weiss, the goalie for Lucy Beckham, number 23, is doing a great job so far. A lot of great saves out of him.
So Hollingsworth in white, squaring up on Spencer Service, who's ready to start the ball with the double team. Calm, cool, and collected is Surface. He's going to just try to run this penalty out. Got to be careful with that end line. There's the end line, but he does a nice job of keeping in bounds. Splitting that double team. He's so patient, just doing a nice job of shielding it. And they better watch out, because this is what Spencer Surface does. Loses two guys, shot in the score. Short-handed goal by Spencer Surface. It is so dangerous to double-team the ball man down because your slides are out of place.
But especially against their Bolles' best player in Spencer Surface. He runs, his motor never stops. He just keeps on moving. It gets into the middle of the field, and it's pretty much a one-on-one with the goalie. That's not the guy that Lucy Beckham wants to be one-on-one with the goalie.
Matt Rambo gives him a pat on the back. The Tuarton winner, former Maryland superstar on the staff. And there's Cam Mann, Jacksonville University legend. It's almost like he's just playing rope-a-dope with him a little bit. Spencer Surface just almost walking, shielding. Next thing you know, he's 60 miles an hour. That's a face-off violation, so make it, take it for Bolles. They're back within 2, and they're going to be awarded the ball off of that violation. Dalen John Hill sprinting over. 3:39 to go in the half. And they quickly switch off. They've got the matchup they want. Does Lucy Beckham. You see Hollingsworth, number 3 in white, sticking to Dalen John Hill. And now here comes Caleb Coleman with this short stick matchup, carrying it behind. We call it invert in lacrosse, where the midfielder goes behind the goal trying to dodge.
And as you see, Ray, they're not double-teaming this time. Now they throw the double at Bolles.
And they better be careful because Caleb Coleman's pretty talented too. And nice job keeping the ball hot. 3 minutes, approaching the 3-minute mark. Patrick Mulvey. So it's just a strategy of Bolles right now. They want to get this penalty released. Lucy Beckham has an extra man. But just playing a little keep away right now. Chris, that penalty might have been longer than a minute.
Well, that's what it feels like. I feel like a minute should have passed by now. It looks like it's about 10 seconds left in the penalty. They switched players in the penalty box.
And so we got to be careful of, looks like surface lining to come out, but Caleb Coleman marching it just back up and down the field. And here comes the penalty he has released. Campen steps on. Campen to Coleman, and he throws it away.
So his feet were not moving in the right direction. It was kind of a lazy throw. You have to make sure that you're pointing that left foot at the player that you want to throw it to and put some oomph into it, and a little bit lazy and a turnover by Bolles.
So here comes Ryan Weiss. Bolles giving him space. There's a pass up to the midfield line. Nice clear, nice patient clear by Lucy Beckham. Back to McCarthy. Sam Craddock controls. He's going to jog off. McCarthy back on. Bushy and McCarthy having a catch. Roll back, right-handed shot off the stick, almost rolled in. Boy, Job made the initial save, but the backspin on that ball gave him an opportunity. And here comes Bolles into the offensive end. Boree. Shot score by Kane. Kane with the goal on the inside move. Ginder did a nice job getting the ball down, and Parker Kane.
It looks like the goalie made the initial save again, and then it hit him in the back of the leg and then rolled in past the goal line.
Very unselfish, alert play from Gavin Boree to dump it off to Parker Kane. He's on the scoreboard, and guess what? It's a one-goal game. 1:27 to go in the first half. Direct win off the faceoff, and Flynn Wilson had a take. Went behind, but Bushy's there to back it up. Bushy covered by Bryce Hogan. Little late substitution from Lucy Beckham. Now they get their personnel on. Overplaying. He wants to go right-handed. Good push from the front and a takeaway track. Oh, nice job on the ground ball. Austin Costable comes in, picks it up. Now he's going to have a run at Hogan. Gets to the right front. Tries to roll back. Takeaway check. Little bit of a rusty gate, swinging that stick around. Ball comes loose. Job picks it up. See if they can find those short sticks. They're shutting off 9. Good job by Job. He's got to keep his head upfield. Nice job. Very poised, clear. And he finds Caleb Coleman. Little bit of a stick fake. Back across to Dalen John Hill. Dalen John Hill looking. Passes it back to surface. Time, space, shot off the defender. And bounced over the goal. Want to get that shot off a little quicker.
Yeah, that was a great job.
There's a shot and a score by Caleb Coleman. So Bolles ties it up with just 8 seconds remaining. Can't sleep on this high-powered Bolles offense.
No, it was a great job by Bolles of the shot, backing up the shot, get a quick whistle, get Lucy Beckham kind of being a little lazy on defense. Nice little fake underneath and great shot.
So that's back-to-back assists by Gavin Boree. Just very alert, very unselfish, beat the whistle. And the Bulls sideline pretty excited to be tied when they were trailing by 4 goals just a moment ago. There's a face-off win by Boree. They're not done yet. Passes it to Gavin Boree, and now the ball's loose. Got a flag right as halftime expired. So we are at the half. Our halftime score is Lucy Beckham 6, Bolles 6. High-powered offense on both ends. Great finishing. Difference in the game right now has been Flynn Wilson. Guys,
about it.
let me know when we're at a
And,
break,
you
when
know,
I'm
we do
on,
it
when
as
I'm off.
Loaner vehicles and multiple locations to serve you. Our service teams take care of you by providing repair services for every make and model. Ford, Honda, Acura, Subaru, Chevrolet, and everything in between. We've got Duval covered when it comes to service. Any make, any model, any location. DuvalMotorCompany.com.
Our roof that was built 21 years ago, we'd had a few leaking issues and just wanted to be prepared before hurricane season. We have a company where we do electrical contracting. Knowing what it takes to go to a construction project, I was very impressed with the orchestration of this entire project with Covenant. They, I would say, under-promised and over-delivered, so I would highly recommend them.
What makes us unique is just service. We control as many variables as we can. We do all of our own decorating, we do trophies, we do banners, and now we create our own uniforms in this building with this new sublimation process that we have. Just the last 21 years just have been incredible at how the business has evolved.
Good evening. I'm Dan Dufresne, owner of Covenant Roofing. For the past 2 years, Covenant has been honored to partner with High School 912 in recognizing a standout student each Wednesday during the school year. You'll find them on Facebook and Instagram, and we call these exceptional students the Weekly Promise Keepers. This partnership has been in perfect alignment with our commitment to our roofing customers. We believe the difference is the promise. These young men and women come from schools and programs throughout Northeast Florida. They come from all walks of life and represent a wide variety of backgrounds, interests, and accomplishments. And yet they all have at least one thing in common, a promise. For some, it's leadership, sportsmanship, and teamwork on the field. For others, it's a drive to excel academically with sights set on a powerful future. And yet for others, their promises to their community. Tonight, more than a dozen of the Promise Keeper students who have been recognized during the first half of this school year are about to be honored in front of family, friends, and tournament attendees. All of us at Covenant Roofing are deeply inspired by them and hope you will be inspired as well. To us, they represent the promise of our future, of excellence and integrity. So on behalf of all of us at Covenant Roofing, and especially our local Jacksonville and Middleburg team, congratulations to all of the Promise Keepers. Stay true to who you are, what you believe in, and remember, the difference is the promise.
Covenant Roofing believes the difference is the promise, including the promise of constantly investing into and having an impact on the communities it serves. For the past 2 years, High School 912 and Covenant Roofing partnered to create more opportunities for our high school generation and promise them a bright future. 11 high school students were selected to be our weekly Promise Keepers due to their hard work and dedication towards their education and the community. At this time, please welcome some of the weekly honorees representing the last half of the school year to be recognized as the High School 912 Covenant Roofing Weekly Promise Award recipients. Daniel Warner. Kyla Blake. Satiria Morel. Jaden Laverette. Brianna Deshomes. Arden Gozum. Anaya Martinez. Caden Zamore. Courtney Brown. Zach Heilman. We would like to honor those who couldn't be in attendance tonight. Ava Lamana. Special shout out to all the Weekly Promise students who were honored tonight on the field. In the words of Covenant Roofing, the difference is the promise. We're going to be right back with second half action from Rivalry on the River, brought to you by Covenant Roofing and Construction.
We had looked up a few companies on Better Business Bureau, and Covenant had one of the best. Our experience was really phenomenal. We spoke to our salesman, and he was very good about everything. There were about 8 or 9 people in the crew, and they were very nice, very professional. They were fast. I mean, my roof was done in 2 days. I could not believe it. Covenant Roofing is fabulous and great to work with.
What makes us unique is just service. We control as many variables as we can. We do all of our own decorating, we do trophies, we do banners, and now we create our own uniforms in this building with this new sublimation process that we have. Just the last 21 years just have been incredible at how the business has evolved.
We're CSI Companies. We partner with organizations nationwide to help employers like you find your dream team. You're looking to hire the best of the best, and we've got you covered, start to finish. Whether you're hiring for projects or everyday operations, we provide the talent, strategic solutions, and innovative technologies that keep your business ahead of the competition. This is your workforce, reimagined. This is CSI Companies.
Covenant's slogan is, the difference is the promise. To me, a promise is a guarantee. They did exactly everything they said they would do. I chose the metal roof over the shingle roof because of the durability and the 30 to 40 years that it will last compared to an asphalt roof that has to be replaced no matter what every 14, 15 years. If I ever need a roof again or somebody else would ask me who would be a good choice, I would definitely say Covenant Roofing.
We are back at the Bolles School. It's Rivalry on the River, brought to you by Covenant Roofing and Construction. We are tied 6-6, and what a first half it's been. Let's go to some first half highlights brought to you by Alive Credit Union. There's been a bunch. Spencer Surface getting the action started early, followed by Caleb Coleman ringing one off the pipe. Both teams have been running and gunning on a hot day here in Florida. There's Spencer Surface once again finding the back of the net. Job's gotten a piece of a couple of these that have trickled in behind him. There's McCarthy. So dangerous, number 9. He wants the ball, and when he gets it, that's what happens. Lefty snipe. Nice finish right there once again by Austin Constable. Has got a couple. There's Spencer Surface for his hat trick. And Kane tiptoeing the crease, finds the back of the net. Couple of tricklers just sneaking behind the goalie. Coach is getting him ready for the second half. There's a little bias against goalies. Not a lot of the highlights. I always like showing those goals and the goalie raking the ball out of the net, but Ryan Weiss has been the difference in this game, Chris.
Absolutely. Ryan Weiss is doing a great job seeing the ball, catching the ball really well, making sure that there's no rebounds. That's been a huge difference.
looking upfield, too, getting the offense going the other way. And I think one thing that Lucy Beckham's done a nice job with that Bolles is going to have to adjust to is they're shutting off the short sticks on the clearing game. So when the long stick defensive close defenders have the ball or Garrett Jobe has the ball, they're having trouble finding the outlet man. They've been bringing Surface back. They've been bringing Bins back. But they've got to get the ball to the short sticks earlier. So there was a penalty to end the first half. So it looks like the ball is going to start with Lucy Beckham in a power play. So the referees have the field set, winding the clock, and here we are with second half action at Rivalry on the River at the Bolles School, brought to you by Covenant Roofing and Construction. There's Bushy. Up top, back to Costable. There's Simmons. There's McCarthy. Just being very patient right now, trying to draw the defense out and look for some sneaks and backdoor cuts. Bolles has to get a stick on number 9. Know where he is. There's a skip pass up top. Step down Costable. Shots deflected. Comes up with the rebound. Bolles recovers. Sets up that man-down zone defense. 15-yard shot, and it's a goal. The tester from 15 yards. That's a couple that have snuck by, and that time it was Connor Simmons with a 2-pointer. It's only 1 point today, but that was from way out in no man's land.
That was a very deep shot, but it was great placement. Job, I'm not sure what happened on that one. I don't think he could get all the way down to the ground on that one.
These low shots are sneaking under his stick. He's got to jam that stick in the turf. He's got a big body. Get the stick between your legs. If it bounces up, it's going to hit you, but you got to cover that gap between your feet. That's a face-off violation against Lucy Beckham. Ball is going to be awarded to Bolles.
Ray, if you noticed, after that goal, the penalty is actually still locked in. So I'm not really sure exactly what happened before the half, but maybe another hit to the head.
So that was a extra man goal for Lucy Beckham, but the face-off win is going to allow Spencer Service to kill some time, and I don't think we'll see the double time I don't think we'll see the double team this time. So Spencer Surface spent a few minutes here taking time off the clock in the first half, killing the penalty. He has a shorthanded goal today, but I think he's content on just taking a little tour of the stadium here at the Bolles School.
Yeah, and I think Lucy Beckham has backed off that double team that they did in the first half, realizing that it's just not worth it.
So Skinner Barco Stadium here at the Bolles School is being toured by Spencer Surface. Just getting his steps in for the day. And Lucy Beckham's content. They saw what happened last time. They got aggressive on the man-up defense. Doesn't make for the most exciting lacrosse, but it's the strategy here. And that's not what you want to happen. Throw the ball away. See Coach West with his hands at his hips. How does that happen? You're doing a good job just killing the clock. Now here comes an opportunity. McCarthy, shot, score! McCarthy, time, space, step down. Worst case scenario for the Bolles School. Ryan McCarthy with room to shoot.
Yeah, again, great job by Lucy Beckham to beat the whistle, get that odd man rush. Number 9, again, you don't want him to get into shooting space like he is. Just pinging corners right now.
Careless disregard for the ball on the Bolles School. And they find themselves back in a hole after battling back to tie this game up. May have been a little sun in the eyes of Caleb Coleman on that pass from Spencer Surface as the sun is setting here in Duval County. Ball is straight up into the sky. Ground ball. Just sending it back the other way. Ball is loose, very dangerous. Not the prettiest little scenario in the lacrosse game with the ball just flying all over the field, but the poise of Lucy Beckham and Ryan Weiss makes a nice outlet pass to, guess who? McCarthy. Constable controls, back to McCarthy. 8-6. The visitors from South Carolina in the lead. battle between two of the top teams in the Southeast. Nice little split. Ball is initially put on the ground. Good defense by John Allen Ginder, number 30. This time it's Constable. Going to have a run at Hogan, trying to sort through those picks. Back to Bushy. Up top to Simmons. Simmons, locked and loaded, decides to pull it down. Very patient offense. Good defense by the Bolles school. There's a shot and a score. Goal for number 9, McCarthy, stacking them up.
I believe that's his 4th goal of the night. Again, Bolles has got to do a better job of pressing out on number 9, getting on his hands. Just a little bit of lazy defense by the Bolles player. That's not the guy that you want shooting. He's very hot right now, scoring, 3rd goal of the night. Doing a great job, Ryan McCarthy.
A couple of things went wrong on the defense there for Bolles. One is you've got a short stick on McCarthy. The second is that short stick's ball watching. He's enjoying the game happening out front, and McCarthy just slips away. But here comes Spencer Surface, trying to chip back, high bounce shot, sails wide. Need to get the reset here. There's Kane to Borey. Borey working on that long pole, attacking from behind the cage with his head up to Coleman. There's Campen. Campen's going to have a run down the right alley, staying outside of those hash marks. Good job by the defense. There's Dalen John Hill. They're looking to come early. There's that skip pass to the backside, and Kane can't keep his feet. Great job getting that pass, threading through the defense, but Kane couldn't handle it. Now here's a 4-on-3 break. Bolles is hustling back, trying to stop this break. They do initially, but there's a shot. That time, Job got the stick in the ground, made the save. That's going to be a confidence builder. That's a save he hasn't made yet today, and he just made it. So I think that's going to turn the corner for Job. And here comes Bolles the other way.
Yeah, a little bit surprising that Bolles is not pushing the tempo a little bit more, down 9-6. But I think their offense, their shooters may be struggling a little bit right now with goalie Ryan Weiss.
Towers with the ball. 10th grader down the right alley. Dalen John Hill. There comes Coleman on the short stick. Loses a man, shot wide. The slide came. Might want to look to where that slide's coming from and find an open man. They're coming early towards Coleman right now. He's got to recognize that. If you got the shot, take it, but he's vacating an area, that slider. Here comes Borey. High up top to Coleman. Nate Towers to John Hill. Good job protecting the stick as Dalen John Hill draws the double team, spins away. There's that skip pass. Catch, shot, save. Boy, Borey was ready for it. Goalie got a piece of it. Here comes Parker Kane. He's got that short stick matchup. He's an attackman, but they're bouncing an extra pole up top and putting the short stick on Kane. Gives it off to Borey. Almost playing a zone backer defense here, and there's a skip to the far side, and it goes over the midfield line, so that's going to be an over and back call.
We've seen that twice now, Bolles throwing the ball away like that. They need to be a little bit more cognizant of what's going on the offense and make sure they're making good passes.
And nice job by Lucy Beckham throwing those checks just enough to disrupt. They don't have to be big, giant takeaway checks. They're just jabbing and disrupting the hands of the Bolles players. Simmons controls. Back on the far side to Hankin. He's covered by Kellen Paget. Hankin and Paget. Now they're going to switch it off. Trying to work that pick game. There comes the slide. Nice takeaway check by Tanner Hogan, but recovered by Lucy Beckham.
Right, Lucy Beckham's going to be very deliberate with their offense now. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. They're going to try and take as much time off of the clock as they possibly can.
Trying to lean in. Really nice short stick defense played there by J.D. Matson. Redirect the offense over to McCarthy. Got a long pole on him now. Going to make that mistake twice. Here comes Constable down the right alley. Heavy pressure. 2 Bulls players hit the deck, and there's a shot wide. Got a J.D. Matson, a little gimpy. He's going to stay down and get that injury timeout. Rolled his ankle. What a dangerous play. There is 2 Bulls players collided. You just watch as there comes the recovery. One man goes down. The other man trips over him. Got a good look at the cage. Just couldn't get it on net. So we've got an injury on the field. 9-6 is our score with 4:35 to go. This injury break is brought to you by Covius. Looks like a little bit of a lower leg injury by J.D. Matson. Ankle calf area.
Sometimes that turf monster kind of jumps up and gets you, and that's what it looked like right there.
So as Matson is helped off the field, he'll be replaced, and Lucy Beckham will maintain possession. They've got a 3-goal lead. They've got the ball. Been in control of this game, and it's the sun setting here in Duval County. Shade, clouds in the sky. Beautiful day in northeast Florida. There's a pass on the cutter at McCarthy. Doesn't operate behind the goal very often, but he's going to have a run now. And takeaway check by Bryce Hogan. Ball is loose. Big ground ball. Who's going to come up with it? It was Bolles for a moment, and they're going to say it went off the white shirt, and it's going to be awarded to Bolles.
That was the correct call in the scrum. The Lucy Beckman player bounced off his chest and went out of bounds.
That time, Bolles did a nice job of giving it to the midi, and that's John Allen Ginder racing into the offensive end. Little bit of a bull dodge. And there's Dalen John Hill. Shot save. Weiss covered up that far corner with his lower body as Dalen John Hill would like to see him drift towards the middle a little bit more. He had some space, but seen him make that shot and score a bunch of times, but not against Ryan Weiss on that occasion.
When you say drift to the middle, maybe a step or 2 up the field too, Ray. Get a little bit better of an angle on that shot.
Looks like we've got the referees. I'm not sure if it's a timeout or just working on the clock. So they allowed substitution. Here's the restart. Jacob Campen. 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. Here comes Campen. He's got some room. Feeds down low. Tried to force the one into a covered Dalen John Hill. Surface comes up with it. Unsettled situation. Look for Coleman on the backside. And that's exactly what Dalen John Hill tried to do. A little too high. Bolles is so dangerous in those unsettled situations, but that time they just couldn't connect.
Yeah, it looks like Dalen John Hill most of the time is looking to draw the defense to him and look for somebody on the backside. Just couldn't connect on that one.
So accurate with those skip passes and great outlet pass. Boy, Ryan Weiss is impressive. Not just stopping the ball, not just catching the ball, but on these clears and passing game as well.
Yeah, last night's game against Ponte Vedra, he did great, and we're seeing him now against Bolles doing great too. He's a phenomenal player.
Back-to-back big performances. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. A quarter dominated by Lucy Beckham. They've held Bolles to 0 so far tonight. So far in the third quarter. That's Johnson. Got some new players running through. And here comes McCarthy operating from X once again. Covered by Hogan. Working off of that pick from Bushy. Bounces it back up top to Johnson. Johnson's going to have a run, covered by Surface. Johnson winding up, switching his hands. And Surface turns him back, dishes to Simmons, around to Constable. Some good one-on-one defense right now from the Bolles school. But Lucy Beckham is rightly patient, taking some time off the clock, wearing out this Bolles defense.
Yeah, Lucy Beckham is fine right now, just rolling, dodging, doing this, doing that, passing off to the next guy and do it. Again, they're up by 3 goals. They don't really need to do anything right now.
And here's a time-space shot, high bouncer. Looks like it was a deflection as Austin Costable tried to sneak one by. Here comes the restart. It's Evan Johnson. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Evan Johnson pushing hard to the front. Back to Constable. On the far side, that's Simmons. Ball is loose. Great check, and here comes Surface. Back to Job. He's out of the crease. A little bit of a danger spot. Got to give it right back to Surface. He's wide open to the goalie's left. Surface is wide open. There he is. It's easy from the press box. I'm not getting my elbows hit by a lacrosse stick, but took Job a second. Made a great pass to the right man as Spencer Surface matriculates it upfield across the midfield line, and now Boree and Coleman over to Campen. Campen's trying to get underneath. Had a little room. Cross-handed shot and a score. Campen with a little bit of a twister. Not a great angle, but he got that stick to the front. Strong finish. Really take note when you watch this replay of the way that Campen brings his stick. It stays in his right hand, but he gets it to the left side of his body.
So great job by Campen. Again, he couldn't get his body to the middle of the field, so he gets his stick to the middle of the field, increasing the angle on the shot, and just a great job of putting it on the cage.
Little bit of a twister move.
We call it a little bit of Canadian, because you can't move it to your left hand, so you just bring the stick from your right over to your left, but keep it in your right hand and shoot.
So Bolles, first goal of the quarter, and that's a face-off win from Boree. Paget controls. Back to Dalen John Hill. Under a minute to go. Good chance for Bolles to let their defense rest a little bit and try to get one more before we head to the fourth quarter. There's Binns. Down that right alley, he's got 3 white shirts headed towards him. John Hill couldn't control it initially. He's on the sideline, flips it back towards the middle. It's a loose ball. And there's Weiss to come and clean it up. They're going to call a penalty on that. No goal. Looked like he got him in the front by the hip. They might call a cross-check here, Chris. It did not look like it was from behind. If it was anything, I'm going to say it was a cross-check. So let's watch this replay. Look at the defender's hands. Are they together or are they apart? Does he push them from the front or the back? That's a cross-check.
That's a cross-check, 100%. You were right, Ray.
Can you say that again? What was that last part?
You're 100% right. I say it all the time.
Easy from the press box. But guess what? The guys in the striped shirts down on the field in the middle of the action got it right, too. So that's going to be a 1-minute penalty for the cross-check in lacrosse as the clock ticks down to a quarter. And there's a penalty. If you hold the ball and you maintain possession, there's no face-off to start the next quarter. So expect to see Lucy Beckham to not even go to the goal. Look for McCarthy to hold it. And look for the clock to tick down. Just a little strategery. In lacrosse, it's the advantage to the team that is man up. There won't be a face-off to start the third quarter. So we are at the end of 3 quarters of play. Got a media timeout brought to you by FSCJ, the Florida State College of Jacksonville. We're going to go ahead and take a break. It's Rivalry on the River brought to you by Covenant Roofing and Construction.
We're CSI Companies. We partner with organizations nationwide to help employers like you find your dream team. You're looking to hire the best of the best, and we've got you covered, start to finish. Whether you're hiring for projects or everyday operations, we provide the talent, strategic solutions, and innovative technologies that keep your business ahead of the competition. This is your workforce, reimagined. This is CSI Companies.
I had some small leaks back in my bathroom, and then I received a notice from my homeowner's insurance that told me that I needed a new roof or they were going to drop me. The next question was going to be finances. Covenant was able to find somebody that would finance me and have my payments where I could afford to pay for this roof. Here's the number. They were awesome from beginning to end.
Duval is a big place, so you need to get a lot of mileage out of what you drive. At Duval Motor Company, we put service first. With complimentary service loaner vehicles and multiple locations to serve you, our service teams take care of you by providing repair services for every make and model. Ford, Honda, Acura, Subaru, Chevrolet, and everything in between. We've got Duval covered when it comes to service. Any make, any model, any location. DuvalMotorCompany.com.
You take some pretty big steps in life. And sometimes those steps can be expensive. Which is why your credit union is always here to help you save. With zero checking fees and thousands of surcharge-free ATMs, the savings that happen every day really add up. Find out what over 100 million credit union members already know and visit your credit union today.
We're back to the action, but I want to welcome on Andrea Dolan with Future Home Loans, one of the sponsors for the 3rd annual Rivalry on the River, presented by Covenant Roofing and Construction. Thanks for being here, Andrea. Tell me a little bit about Future Home Loans and what sets your company apart from others.
Thank you so much for having us. So Future Home Loans is a local and veteran-owned mortgage company with over 2,000 five-star Google reviews. We have an office in Jacks Beach and have a footprint currently in 10 different states. Thanks to our volume and growth, we now have a national bank charter and can lend anywhere across the U.S., so as families move, we can support them.
So what drove Future Home Loans to support High School 912?
So being immersed in our local community and veteran community is very important, a part of who we are. Relationships don't end for us at the closing table after you get the keys to your home. So we're with you. We're with you in all of this, at your local sporting events, coaching your kids' teams, on the sidelines, with you in community relation events at schools. So we're with you.
So what's your relationship to the sport of lacrosse? Did you grow up with it? How do you know about it? What's your involvement?
So it's fairly new to me. My family moved out to Ponte Vedra about 5 years ago. My middle son picked up a lacrosse stick, hasn't put it down since. And then in addition to falling in love with the sport, we've received the benefit of just a strong program, strong community, and a program just has always paid it forward. As kids graduate in Ponte Vedra, go off, they're constantly helping new kids come in, giving lessons, and just working with the youth program. So,
well, it's been fun watching your son play. We're going to watch him later on in the game tonight. Big, powerful freshman lacrosse player. Thank you so much for your support today, and for all you do for our community.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Thank you.
All right, so we're back to the fourth quarter action. Our score is 9-7. Lucy Beckham on top of the Bolles school. A lot of action out there, but no goals. We saw Garrett Jobe make a nice save down at the other end. And here comes Gavin Boree. Shot score! Gavin Boree right on cue. Got the interview over. Gavin Boree says, "Can I score now?" And that was a beautiful play.
Absolutely. Just a great job by Gavin Boree to make that little jab step. Let's see. Watch this little jab step. And then comes to his right, gets right in the middle of the field, puts it in that bottom left corner. Ryan Weiss cannot get down to the ball.
One thing I've noticed today, a lot of the goals that Bolles has scored, they've been on the move. They get the goalie moving a little bit. When you square up to Ryan Weiss, he's got the advantage. When you get him moving, the shooter's always going to have the advantage. And we saw that with Gavin Boree. So that may be something that Bolles talked about during that last break. Nice face-off win, so a little momentum switching. And here's Kellen Padgett. We saw him limp off earlier, I believe. He's back on. Caleb Coleman controls it. We'll see if this heat in 2 back-to-back tough games starting to pay a price with Lucy Beckham. Bolles is known for having these conditioned athletes, and now's the time as Spencer Surface shoots on the run and saved by Weiss. Way to get that second chance offense going. Nice inside move by Kane. Shot, score! Great poise. Throws the stick fake. Finishes it past Weiss. And you could see the energy level just jump. Chris, on this replay, I want our audience to watch the poise and the stick fake. He fakes the shot, gets the goalie moving. Here comes Kane. He's going to try to get underneath. Boree once again finds him. Is he going to shoot? Nope. Shot, fake high, shot low. Wow, that was a thing of beauty. 3 assists. Let's not let Gavin Boree go unnoticed here. He's got a goal a moment ago, but he's had 3 of the last 4 assists as well. So that's number 5 in blue. Got to give those assist guy credits. It can't just be the goal scorer who gets all the credit and glory. That's a push. That's a no-no. J.D. Matson, you see the guy's back, you can't hit him from behind. It's only a loose ball, so change of possession. Not a time served penalty. How come Bolles is keeping the ball here? Did I miss something?
No, they were just making
Okay.
sure that the attackmen were staying in the box because the ball was not released on the faceoff.
Perfect. And here comes McCarthy. They're really pressing out on him right now. There's Hankin. So 9-9. That was quick. To start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but like you said before, Bolles can play very fast. They can score in bunches.
Is it 9-8? The TV says. Okay, 9-9 is their score. Sorry about that little confusion. I've got all these players' numbers going through my head and scoreboard, and so much exciting lacrosse here in North Florida. And here comes Bushy. Really like the way Kevin Wolf's playing on defense, number 33 in blue for Bolles. The attention for Bolles, you hear so much about their offensive scoring threats, but this defense has been playing pretty soundly as well. Wolf and Hogan and Hogan and Hogan. A couple of Hogans out here.
How many was that?
Well, there's 3 on the roster, and certainly Bryce and Jake have been all over the place, and so has Tanner, so yes. Time space shot saved by Job. Perfect position. Eats it up into the chest. Oh, that was an initial pretty good ground ball by Wolf. Now it's loose. We got a whistle. This is going to be a big possession. Crease violation. Somebody in a white shirt stepped in that circle around the goal, and that's a no-no. It's a no-go zone. So Bolles ties it up, and now they've got the ball. They want that quick whistle before Lucy Beckham can start pressing on the ride. Ride is our term for kind of like forechecking in hockey, or keeping the other team from getting it to the offensive end. You ride them back onto defense. Too many guys on the field. The refs figure it out.
Doesn't look like it yet, but
There it is.
There's the flag. Lucy Beckham had 7 men on the field. You're only allowed to have 6 on that side of the field.
Alert referee and our spotter, Jim Applegate, caught it. And so Coleman has a free possession. So this is a great opportunity by Bolles to be patient. They have the ball. They're going to keep the ball. And Spencer Surface is lining up for a long dodge. Working it back to Dalen John Hill. Back to Gavin Boree, the assist machine tonight. Running through pressure. They're going to call free arm. Warding off. It was close, but once you establish your arm as kind of a deflecting area, you can't push it away, push the defender away. Boree's having a nice conversation with his counterpart over there, 13 in white. And here comes the man up. 30 seconds?
Yes, 30-second penalty for being offsides. Come on, Ray. You've been around the game for like 30 years. You should know
more than
this
that,
stuff.
but they just tell me to stop the ball. That's my job. So very dangerous. Bolles, extra man, fun to watch. Keep an eye on 66. threading those passes through. There's a little stick fake. Now he's looking for Boree, working from X. There's a skip to the backside. Spencer Surface, shot, score! Spencer Surface. What great ball movement. Dalen John Hill, little stick deception. Back to Boree, skips it out front on the no-look pass, and Spencer Surface gives Bolles a lead, 10-9.
Yeah, great job on Bolles, just finding an open space to get their shooters. Just a nice little skip pass up top, and then a bounce shot, high bouncer from Spencer Surface. Fooled goalie Ryan Weiss. He went low, ball went high and in the cage.
Well, Gavin Boree has another assist, and I love the little head fake, head deception. A little bit of a no-look. Look to the right, but pass to the left, and he is cagey. And, you know, if you look at this box score, you're going to see all these goal scorers, but those last 4 goals, I think, were a result of a Gavin Boree pass or shot. So here comes Lucy Beckham. Are they tired? Are they running out of gas? These are young kids. They're competitors, but at some point playing 2 back-to-back early season games for them in the Florida Sun against 2 of the top teams in the state of Florida takes a toll. Good defense. There's interference on the crease. They're going to call it on White. That's shocking. 20 was calling for it. 20 and White was saying that he was being interfered with, and he actually got called for it. So that's a break for the Bolles school, and you get this ball in the stick of these short stick middies, and they can clear it and generate some offense. Another little bull dodge. John Allen Ginder getting a little cagey there. I don't necessarily like that play. Pass it to the other guy. There's Coleman to Boree. Timeout. Oh, they had a little something going on the backside, but listen, you're up by a goal. You're playing a little helter-skelter right now. At some point, you got to pump the brakes.
The fans are not happy with that one. You could see it. There was 2 Bolles players wide open. But again, it's all about possessions. They're only up by a goal. You want to have long possessions.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about a difference maker. How about number 5 in blue? Brought to you by Covenant Roofing and Construction, Gavin Boree. Here's another underneath pass to Kane. So unselfish. Gavin Boree is the difference maker, brought to you by Covenant Roofing. Shooting, passing, drawing, dumping. Gavin Boree.
He's doing a great job tonight.
10-9 is our score. Bolles on top of Lucy Beckham with 5:28 remaining in the game. It looks like in goal that Garrett Jobe settled down a little bit. He struggled early. There's no doubt about it. He's going to watch that film and see those 14, 15-yard low shots get by him, and then he made a couple of those saves, and sometimes it's just a matter of confidence.
Well, it seems like, so if you're looking at your TV on the left side, when Garrett Jobe was on the left side over here in the first quarter, the sun was actually on that goal. So I think maybe there was a couple of times where the sun got in his way. And as you can see, as the game went on, the sun is setting, as you can see it right now. Garrett's heated up a little bit.
Chris, when I was playing goalie back in the day in New York, I tried to use that excuse, but the sun was never out. It was always gray and cloudy in the Syracuse area. I wish I had that sun to blame. But no, you're right. We've seen some passes be interfered with by the sun. But what a beautiful setting here at the Bolles School.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be perfect temperature right now. 5.5 minutes left. Bolles up by 1 goal. Turns out to be an unbelievable game.
And Coach Farraghan's got his troops fired up. Get a little break in the action. Talk about how you're going to play defense. Here in North Florida, we all know about Coleman and Boree and Surface and Dalen John Hill, and now you've got to contend with Parker Kane down there, number 23. So a lot of options for the Bolles School, but Ryan Weiss in goal has been up to the task for the most part. Here comes Caleb Coleman, back to John Hill. Heavy pressure, well played by Hollingsworth. I like number 3 in white. That ball was deflected. Nope. Surface was pleading his case, but the judge overrules him, denies that motion, and it's going the other way. Ooh.
That was before the whistle. They're going to bring the ball back.
Fortunate for Lucy Beckham. So there's Boree riding hard. Weiss walks it up. So you can see Bolles is jamming things up near the midfield line. They'll give him to the 40, but now they're going to start pressuring him. And John Hill's across the midfield line. We've been coming to the Bolles School watching lacrosse for years, and the lines are pretty confusing. Especially you don't see the white line across the Bulldog there, and Dalen John Hill got away with one.
Well, they called offsides on Lucy Beckham, so we're going the other way.
Okay. There was no doubt that John Hill went off.
Yes.
But once again, we have a great view. And here comes Spencer Surface, throws a little stick fake, sprints across the midfield line. 1-goal lead, 4:40 to go. I think they'll be a little more deliberate. I wouldn't call it stalling. It's just deliberate. Force the defense to stretch out a little bit at some point. There's still a lot of time in this game, but at some point, Lucy Beckham's got to start pressing out, trying to get the ball back. Coleman's not bashful. Shot and a score, or you can do that. Stretch the defense out and let Caleb Coleman rip one.
Yeah, great job by the Bulls offense, moving the ball very, very well, getting it down to Dalen John Hill, and then up to number 2, Caleb Coleman, for a perfect shot. Look at that view.
Hammer guy, cheers to you. Stick side high, perfectly placed, and Caleb Coleman gives Bolles a little bit of breathing room. Big face-off. It's been a good battle between Wilson and Greerbury. And this time it's Wilson, early offense, 4-on-3, straight to the goal, shot. Not a pretty shot. That's why you're a face-off guy. You won the face-off, your team keeps the ball, so that's a win. He did his job. There's Constable going against Tanner Hogan. Good footwork by the big man Hogan. There's a shot. Off the mark.
Ray, if I'm Lucy Beckham right now, I really want to find number 9 for Lucy Beckham.
Ryan McCarthy.
Get him the ball. He's the difference maker for Lucy Beckham.
I think Bolles has done a good job of pressing out. Now they find him on the crease. That was number 5. Costable, not going to get a better look than that. If you notice, number 1 in white, Bryce Hogan, he's been pressing out, kind of staying in the lane, not face guarding, but just putting a little more pressure. But you're right, Chris. They work to get him the ball here as he races down the left alley, winds up, check comes in. They're going to call the flag on that. Okay, so that's a penalty against Bolles. I thought Bryce Hogan was playing some pretty good defense. You're going to say after the check came through and after the pass that it was a late hit, but I thought it was part of the check.
Well, they're calling a slash, which is a 1-minute penalty.
11-9 is our score. I want to thank all of our great sponsors for making this amazing event possible. Florida Power and Light. Covenant Roofing and Construction, our title sponsor. Future Home Loans. Great talking to Mrs. Dolan from Future Home Loans. Duval Motor Company since 1916. And we are coming back to the action. 11-9, Bolles on top. What a great event, Chris. I've been in the lacrosse community here since 1990, and to see the way the game's grown and what high school 9-12 being a part of it, WJCT, 1010XL, WJXT, 1010XL, and all these great sponsors. It's just been amazing. There's a feed to the crease. Ball is loose. Bushy wanted it. Now there's a feed down low. He's wide open, couldn't handle it, and Job covers it up. There they go, the quick outlet pass to the short stick. That's Mulvey. Mulvey, left-handed cradle. Finds Spencer Surface. Cuts back to the middle. Now he's got an opportunity down low. That's Boree. I definitely think they're going to slow it down now because earlier in the game, I think Boree would have pushed it or Spencer Surface would have pushed it. Mm-hmm. But when you've got a 2-goal lead approaching the 2-minute mark, you can be a little more deliberate, unless you're Caleb Coleman and you go to the goal and draw the foul. So that is a fortuitous call for the Bolles School. Now they're going to be man up Let's sort this one out.
That's a 1 minute.
They call it trip?
I think it was an illegal body check.
Okay. Coleman hit the deck as he was winding up to shoot. So 2:12 left in the game, and you're going to have an extra man for a minute of it. And I believe that they're just going to play stall ball right now. I think that's the wise thing to do.
Yeah,
Stay out of trouble, 4 corners.
Well, it's under 2 minutes. They don't need to keep it in just yet, but after the penalty is released, they'll need to keep it in the box. So just play catch behind the cage.
At some point, Lucy Beckham, if they want any chance to get back in this game, they're going to have to go chase the ball. So it'll be interesting to see how long they wait. And there comes Boree. Coleman with a face dodge. Back to the middle, draws 3 players, takes the shot, goes out of bounds. Boree's having a day today with these assists, but he's just commanding the offense right now. Dalen John Hill's going to carry. 1:27 to go. Back to Kane. Spencer Surface is going to be content with just going for another jog around the field. Now the penalty has expired, so look for a double team. I would not be surprised if we see a double team.
Here we go, Ray. The goalie's out of the cage, and we're going to see a double team behind at X.
We've seen Surface split this and score a goal earlier today, and I believe we're going to have a timeout by the Bolles school. Once that double team comes, you give your offense a chance to reset. So we've got a timeout on the field. Bolles, who's trailed the majority of this game, has fought, scraped, and battled back. Wow. What an amazing game. So, Chris, in terms of advantage, I think the face-offs were pretty close, right?
Yes.
I think Weiss was a difference maker for
Lucy Beckham.
Lucy Beckham. It could have been a different game. But these are 2 pretty equal teams. They both had busy weeks. Lucy Beckham battled late into the night last night at a game we were at in a win over Ponte Vedra. And there's Matt Rambo drawing something up, and I believe it has something to do with keep away. Play keep away. Kill the clock. Go into prevent offense right now.
Yeah, there's only 57 seconds left in this game. Bulls is up by 2. No reason to go to the goal, try and score another one. Just move the ball around, try and get out of this game and get a win.
What a great atmosphere. And this doesn't end here. It doesn't end in the next 57 and a half seconds, which remains on the clock, because guess what? We're going to retire you, and we're going to bring Jim Applegate in, and we've got another great game. Boy, Winter Park is good.
Yeah, so I'm part of the C team, and we're bringing in the A team and Jim Applegate.
Well, you're on the Ponte Vedra coaching staff, so I know you're anxious to watch that game. Done a great job here today, Chris. We'll hold down the fort without you, but this game's not done yet. We've seen stranger things happen, and Spencer Surface swims it back. Just trying to play keep away. They do have to keep it in the restraining area, which is the 30-yard line, and you can see that black line right along there. And Parker Kane runs out to try to get that ball, but Weiss comes up with it. Ball is loose, and they're going to call a timeout. So great timeout called by Lucy Beckham's coaching staff. And I know that Coach Farragon, he had that one locked and loaded in his pocket. And great opportunity for Lucy Beckham as they steal a possession. There's still 41 seconds left.
So in the sport lacrosse, you can actually score a goal. We saw it in JU. Dylan Watson scored a goal in
two goals in 6 seconds.
In 6 seconds. So it can happen. They're going to need to push it in this clear, get a goal as quick as they possibly can, then get back to the face-off, win the face-off, and push it again. So it is possible.
So the timeout was called at about the 25-yard line, so they've got some work to do to get it across. They're probably talking it over and trying to get pretty creative in this clearing game to try to spring somebody free across, because I believe that Bolles will probably back it up, and just their goal is to turn them around, get them going backwards.
Yeah, sometimes it was, as we see the free safety player, don't let anybody behind you, right? We don't want any odd man rushes on this. Let's just settle in. No reason to ride too hard. Just pack it in, like you said. Let Garrett Jobe make a save if he needs to, and then let's get out of here again and try and get a win. So let's see what Bolles does on this one.
See Ponte Vedra marching in. We see Winter Park lining up with those shiny orange helmets. Another great battle coming up. There's Coach West, Coach Rambo, and Coach Mann. There's a couple of guys on that sideline who scored some goals in their college careers, Mann and Rambo. The crowd trying to urge Bulls to victory on the right side. We've got a good contingent of fans from South Carolina, the Lucy Beckham faithful. They're breaking somebody free on the far side, and it's intercepted by Hogan. Hogan with the power cradle. Oh, and he gets it to Surface. What a heads-up play. 30 seconds ago, Spencer Surface has the ball. That's apropos because he has carried the load the majority of today. Now they have to keep it in. Then Surface breaks free. He's going to find Dalen John Hill behind. Don't look for any more shots. 10 seconds to go. Victory formation. Hard-fought battle. Bulls trailed for a good part of the game, but the final, Bulls 11, Lucy Beckham 9. What an amazing game. Want to just give a shout out to Ryan Weiss, but our player of the game, there he is, number 4, you saw him on your screen. Spencer Surface is today's player of the game, presented by Covenant Roofing. And a lot of great performances tonight. Gavin Boree scoring, assisting. Just a really good team effort, and considering that Lucy Beckham had a hard-fought battle last night, to come back and put in this type of performance.
Again, I think it was a great job by Lucy Beckham. It's tough playing 2 games in 2 days, especially this hard-fought, but Bulls did a great job of grinding it out, getting possession, getting the ball back, and scoring goals and bringing it back to and getting a win.
Coming up next, we'll have the Ponte Vedra Sharks versus Winter Park. Our final score is Bulls 11, Lucy Beckham 9. We'll be back with the next game momentarily.